Welcome to Crimestoppers. We do this once a month, and of course, we put it on our websites on 1037thefoxrocks.com and also 987kisscountry.com. And we are graced with Sheriff Pals today. Hello, Sheriff.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to have you here.
I know it feels good, too.
In January. Does crime go down in North Iowa in the wintertime?
It does slightly.
January. Does it?
It's maybe the types of crime go down, not necessarily the amount.
Oh,
the outdoor crimes go down. It's too cold.
A little bit. We're still having trouble with crime.
Yeah.
Catalytic converters still a problem?
I was going to bring that up. There's still a problem. They're a hot ticket item. If you got a Sawzall and a place to go, you can get rid of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Did those get? I mean, don't those get flagged like at the different places that buy those? They go, this is stolen.
Yep. All the scrap yards that buy those, legally buy those,
right?
Have great intelligence information about who the thieves are. We share information with the scrap yards, and they share information with us to try to avoid them buying stolen catalytic converters or stolen metal. It wouldn't just have to be catalytic converters. There's also thefts of other things that they would turn in scrap yards. But we've got a great working relationship with the North Iowa scrap yards, and we work hard to stop the thieves from making profit off of good citizens.
Do they ask questions where it came from when they bring things in like that or not?
Sometimes they do. I think it depends on who's bringing it in, but yeah, well, obviously they try to ask as many questions as they can without looking like they're the cops,
Right.
Because their worst fear is they buy stolen things, and then law enforcement, we come back with either a search warrant and take it away. So not only have they lost their catalytic converter that they were going to sell legally, but now they're out their money that they paid the thief for turning that scrap in.
Don't you got to give some credit though to these scrap yards where they actually? I mean, they can tell who's shady and who isn't, can't they?
Yeah, I think they've got a good handle on things. But then there's also some scrap yards and that may be suspicious thinking, and they still buy it anyway.
Yeah. And they are going out of town, right? I mean, like if any of them that are stolen around here, what do? They probably run down to like Waterloo or
right.
Maybe,
well, yeah, we believe that they've got somebody that they're fencing them to, and they're meeting somewhere out of the North Iowa area, either at a rest stop or a gas station, and then just paying, getting cash for their catalytic converters, and then back to North Iowa to steal some more because they know the local scrap yards are going to be watching.
Yeah. What about, I've always wanted to know, I don't think we've ever asked you this. How long does it take to take one off?
Well, I've never personally cut one off, but I'm guessing it takes less than a minute.
That quick?
Oh yeah. Underneath there, get a nice battery operated Sawzall. It's only 2 cuts.
And well, yeah, I can see that. So that's why.
And if you're real good, you probably stole your blades for your Sawzall and your Sawzall. And so you're using a new blade every time you cut one off, so it goes quick.
What else do you use a Sawzall for? Any metal? I mean, to cut
any metal, wood. They make different blades for everything. I use them for like when you deconstruct things to remodel or take out a door frame. You just cut the nails off and pull it right out. They're an amazing tool.
And what's the penalty if you get caught?
Well, it depends on the dollar amount of the value of what you steal.
Okay.
So anything under $500, which all the catalytic converters are over 500.
They are?
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, yes. They're expensive. Some of them are $1,800 to $2,700.
Wow.
My word.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they're very valuable.
Well, now we know why it's a hot commodity thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And, the thieves know which ones have more precious metals because they're not stealing them just for the catalytic converter, the metal part of it. They're after the precious metals that are inside that. That's what they're after. That's the valuable part of it.
And this is still going on yet, you said. So, I
Yes.
mean, do you, I
Well,
mean, is it like a few a week
yeah, I would say a few a week in the North Iowa area. You know, that I think the main thing is when people are driving to and from, or even at hotels or businesses, most they've done it during broad daylight. Somebody just ducks underneath the car and they're laying on their back. They're sawing it and then off they go. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take long to do it. But if people see something suspicious, call 911. Let us check it out. We'd rather go to a false, call than we would, have another victim.
So okay. So what happens when you get in the car? I mean, I'm playing dumb here because I don't know. Does your car start? Does it make a noise? I mean,
loud.
It's just louder. It's like having no muffler, because catalytic converter is before your muffler, so it makes it loud. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So right away.
You'll know right away as soon as you start it up.
As soon as you start it up, it's going to be super loud. Wow.
Yeah.
And the replacement cost when you take it to your mechanic?
Anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 is normal.
Wow.
Older cars, they're cheaper ones. Some of the foreign cars, they're more expensive.
Sheriff, can we just get cameras everywhere in this city? I mean, seriously.
Well, I think
lots and things like that.
Well, I think we could, because even like I've toured the Chicago Police Department several times through NIAC law enforcement group. We toured there, and they have a set of law enforcement officers just sit in a huge room, and they just watch live cameras around the city, watching for crime. Or when a crime is reported, they zoom in on the cameras to try to catch the perpetrators. It's a valuable asset, public cameras. And unfortunately, there's a cost to that, but North Iowa, we're not real big on that. The good thing is a lot of people in North Iowa have home cameras, business cameras, and we're always going to the neighborhoods and canvas to see who's got cameras to get evidence.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the Chicago Police Department sit back in theater seats, get the couple big screens there with popcorn.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that one. What are they doing over there?
Yeah, it's amazing. When we toured there, I toured there 2 years out of the 3 years NIAC went there. Every time we were there, we saw hand-to-hand drug sales every single time on cameras.
Really?
Every single time.
Wow. Is it like it right out the wide open in the street, or is it the back alley, or what?
Daylight, right? Daylight, broad daylight, right on the street corners.
Really?
Well, what time of the day, though, would you say is most common for these catalytic converter criminals?
Nighttime for
nighttime
converters.
Okay. Because less light, and of course they can
easier to sneak around.
Yeah, I even noticed over by where I live, they really lit up the parking lot now.
Yeah,
which is awesome. There's no cars there,
right?
Lit up the parking.
Who's got cars, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, let's hope that 4 below high tomorrow is a have a reprieve on those guys.
It does make a difference. Crime does go down when it's severely cold, but the thieves, those people, they're still out there, just in smaller numbers.
Right. What else has been talked about? You guys just met here last week, I do believe, for your Crimestoppers meeting. We actually do it right here at 201 North Federal. What else was brought up?
We also brought up, we're having some burglaries. There's some burglars that are going around to businesses and still doing burglaries, not only in Mason City and Clear Lake, but also out in the country. They're attacking the farm places now. They're going in sheds, farm sheds, and stealing things, the tractors and farm equipment out in fields. They're stealing batteries right out of farm equipment, and they're stealing fuel out of the vehicles, the farm equipment out in the fields too. So,
wow.
And they take it. They take it all the same spot, the junkyards, or were they taking these?
Well, the batteries they may reuse, but they can also take batteries to the scrap yards too, because they do pay for recycling the batteries.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard way to make a living. You think just getting a job, it would be
a lot easier.
Paycheck anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing, we got to deal with a derecho once in a while.
Yes.
At least a couple of times here this past year, but then now the criminals coming out to farms and
Yep.
I mean, and really, what's the best way to do that? I mean, lock everything up, but they seem to have some type of snippers to get into anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Well, they have all day to think about what they're going to do wrong. You know, the most people in North Iowa, well, throughout the country, are very trusting individuals. You know, who'd think you'd have to, you know, not leave your tractor out in the field when you're either done combining or disking or, you know, field cultivating or something, and you have to bring it back to your own place rather than drive back and forth. They just leave them out there because it's worked for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I was doing a thing one time, a cab cam that we did years ago, and I was with a farmer that right after somebody got in his truck and like stole his wallet. He was in the combine, but you know, you're a farmer, you leave your truck unlocked, and he saw a car driving in there, and he didn't know who it was, and you know, really, you know, there's people stopping by, salesmen, you know, things, but yeah, they got in, they saw him getting in his truck, and he's like, what, you know, not like he turned a combine around and go 60 miles an hour after him.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, that's what it's come to.
I think it's just we all just have to do a better job of watching out, you know, stuff. I think you know, I don't know how many times, Jay, I'm sure you can say this too. I don't know how many times I wish I had a badge and a taser. And I don't even know if that's legal, but you know,
the badge probably
is there
not.
Such a thing as citizen's arrest anymore?
Yeah, that still works.
It still works.
Sure does.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Well.
Huh.
Yeah, if people just, you know, when they see something, just say something. Call 911.
Yeah, we're scrolling the 800 number for Crimestoppers right underneath us there. Plus, they have a website you can go to as well. They're on Facebook as well. And, you know, I wanted to ask you, too, another subject here, and it's about employment. I noticed I was watching social media, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I saw that the Mason City Police Department hired 3 new officers. What's the situation for you guys out there for deputies for the sheriff's department?
Deputies, we just had one resign, so we're going to be testing and trying to hire a new deputy. So we know we've had some jail correctional officers opening and dispatch opening, and our applications are minimal right now. Just, you know, back 20 years when I became sheriff, we were getting 40 to 50 applicants. We're getting anywhere from 6 to 12. It's very, very, very slim pickings right now.
And do you look for local people, or do you look for anybody who's anybody from around Iowa or coming from out of state?
We would look for anybody that can meet the qualifications. Yep. But I do know that if you find people from North Iowa, they tend to stay in North Iowa. They don't leave. You know, sometimes the out-of-towners, they'll move here for 4 or 5 years and then say, oh, I want to go back home. And we understand that.
Sure.
But we do put a lot of money and time into our employees, getting them trained and certified in our jobs. And, you know, it takes a lot of time to replace people.
Does the Sarasota County Sheriff's Department have like a drug dog, or is that just a regional thing?
Yeah, that's every department is their choice. We do not have a police dog right now.
You don't?
No.
You could apply for that, Jay, maybe.
What, being a police dog? I got a bad schnoz. I wouldn't be any help.
Because I don't know if 2 DJs would actually classify. I don't know if we'd get through the certification, because there's got to be a huge psych eval, you know. And one would think anyway.
Yeah.
we actually have all of our employees pass psych eval.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
Iowa requires it. So.
Okay. Oh, they do?
Wow. Oh yeah. Yep.
Do you do that, or do you actually have a
no, we
that's hired for that?
Yeah, we have one person certified to proctor the test, and then we have to send the test off to be scored. Okay. Yeah, by a psychologist or a psychiatrist, either one.
We're pretty level-headed, Jay. I think we could do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I bet you could pass.
I could handle the desk job and have a couple of donuts.
He said it. He said it. I didn't.
He just crossed the line.
He just crossed that line. That's right. All right. Well, before we wrap things up here, Sheriff, anything else you would like to add to our Crime Stoppers video that we do here every month? We kind of rotate Sheriff Pals and our May City Police Chief Brinkley, and also the Clear Lake Police Department as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the only thing I'd add is that Crime Stoppers is alive and well. You know, we're looking to give out rewards for anybody that has a tip to get somebody arrested for a crime they've committed, or even we've given tips for warrants, people that have warrants.
Yeah. You know, I remember years ago too, they used to have like the neighborhood watch. Is that still a big thing, or?
You know, that went away about 20 years ago. There are some communities that still do that. We've tried to initiate that again once in a while, and unfortunately, just a lot of people just aren't interested in doing that, or they're too busy with their personal lives right now.
Yeah.
But Crime Stoppers and Neighborhood Watch would be similar. If you see something in your neighborhood and you call, that'd be that's pretty much what Neighborhood Watch is.
Well, it's a good public service that we all should definitely pay more attention to.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how many times I always want to be able to call in these cars that just squeal out and just go 80 miles an hour down, you know, Highway 122 sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you put a tax strip out there? I mean, is that legal for me to do, or put up like a stop light?
Not legal for you, no.
Oh, okay.
We can only do it when we are trying to stop somebody. So
yeah.
But if you go out there in the dark area, nobody's going to see you.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
You just have to leave before we get there.
Speaking of that, go ahead. I was going to say real quick, car chases. I mean, seriously.
I know.
Why do they even think? Why does what goes on in a person's head that thinks that they can outrun the police? And
well, it does happen. So they have a chance of getting away. But this time of year is kind of to our advantage because of the slippery roads and the snowbanks. So we just had 2 short chases last week. So
really,
we're still trying. And the weird thing is, and you know, maybe it's not so weird. It's not coincidental, I believe, but both people that we had chases with this week, not the state patrol ones, but just the sheriff's office, both have been repeat offenders for high-speed chases with law enforcement.
Huh.
And there doesn't seem to be, in my personal opinion, very many consequences
for a high-speed chase if you get pulled over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what do they have to lose? They don't have a driver's license anyway. That's not their car usually.
Right.
You know, they're driving a friend's car, and you know, the one instance they wrecked the car, you know, totaled it.
Sure.
What do they have to lose? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
No consequences.
Yeah.
But why not just go, I got an expired license or whatever it is, and just go
one charge instead of 12? I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sense.
Yeah.
Talk about psych evals. There you go.
I don't know about you, Harry, but I'm just too old to even think about trying to do something like that. I'm just like, cuff me and stuff me, and I get a warm bed and a meal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go take a nap for a while.
Yeah.
Real quick here, getting back to the employment thing. What can people do if they know somebody that might be interested in applying? How do they do that?
Just let them know that they can apply. You know, all North Iowa law enforcement's hiring almost constantly. So if they're interested, they can go to all our, you know, county or city websites. They can call the personnel departments, get a application. Most of our job openings now, just because we're continually hiring, the job opening, we're always taking applications and tell them to apply. And we're looking for some good people that want a career, not a job.
Is it simple just to go down to the sheriff's department and just ask for an application, or?
Yeah, well, in Sarasota County, you have to go to the courthouse and go to the personnel department and get that.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's why I asked the question. Yeah. And then, or online, maybe you could find it.
You can get it online too. Yes.
Okay. Where would we go for that?
Just go to the county's website, cgcounty.org.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
And Mason City has got the same City of Mason City and City of Clear Lake.
Awesome. Well, Sheriff, thank you so much for visiting with us. You know, we really like doing these things.
Thanks for having me.
And you could stop by. Of course, we see you once a month in here.
Yeah.
In the office there. So when you guys meet, Crimestoppers does meet. It's the second Tuesday of every month, right?
Correct.
And it's usually made up of not only law enforcement, but also some
business people,
and things
citizens.
Like that.
Yep.
Citizens too.
Yeah.
So if you want to be part of it, there you go.
And they have pizza too once in a while,
pizza,
right?
Number one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
goodness. Donuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for lunch.
No, they get the good stuff. You know, you get the Godfather's pizza.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, wow, who paid for this pizza? They told me, and I go, he did.
I did.
Yeah.
Not as cheap as you think.
Right.
Well, we encourage you out there that are either listening or, because we do put this on a podcast formation as well. And if you're watching, it's all part of like everybody watching for everybody out there. And so we encourage you to share this, with all your friends too. And get a little entertainment on the side too. And, we get serious and we also have a little fun. So thank you, Sheriff, very much.
Yes, thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.